You are watching Channel Adrian TV.
Yo, YouTube, what up? Welcome back to Channel Adrian TV, and y'all know me as Adrian. But before I get into today's video, y'all know what y'all need to do. Subscribe to this channel, like and comment on the videos. Also follow me on Rumble where I post. And if you see anything you want me to react to, sports, the dynamics between men and women, or an Ask Adrian question about your own personal life, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can hit me up on one of my social media platforms. They'll be pinned in the description. Welcome to another, well, I don't want to call this an after workout thoughts. Let's just say this is a morning motivation and why you should all want to work out. We've all heard this saying that your image is important, and men and women, your looks do matter. Now, that shouldn't be the end all be all. You should be a well-rounded person. You should want to be well-rounded in anything because it only gives you more leverage in life and it could help you in life. But I want to say your looks and your image matter. So this is why, a big reason why I think a majority of people should work out, take their diet seriously, and age as gracefully as possible. And not that stupid saying I look good for my age, which is a cope that a lot of people say. It's either you look good or you don't. Now, I know people are gonna say, well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but y'all use y'all common sense, you know what I mean. In other words, no one should be okay with being morbidly obese. That's not nothing to be good about or to even praise. So I have a clip and a few article clippings I'm going to discuss, and hopefully this motivates you to get out there, start working out, whether it's going to the gym, going to the track, going to aerobics class, or whatever you need to do to start working out, and take your diet seriously, because I think everyone should want to be healthy and age as gracefully as possible. So let me play this clip and then I'll get back to you.
Looks matter. And if you aren't attractive, that doesn't matter, but you can still be attractive. As in, you can take care of your body, you can take care of your physique, you can take care of your outfits, and this looks matter. And the reason they matter is they're a signal of your self-esteem. When I have clients come to me, especially men, and they say they're feeling low and this, that, and the other, if they're overweight, I say, you need a PT, not a psychologist. Go to a PT first. Okay, I'm gonna have a conversation with you, boost your ego for 10 minutes, and then you're gonna go eat cake. What is the point of that conversation? Fix your body first. I promise you, you won't even need me.
Yeah, so on that video, you heard her say looks matter. And the crazy thing about that is, you heard at the very end, she even said that if the person is overweight, she said, you don't need me, you need a PT for a personal trainer. So in other words, she's willing to cut her income, because if I'm not mistaken, she is a psychologist, just to help a person out, saying, no, you don't need me first. You need to take your health and your image seriously, and which I do agree with. This is why I say, men and women, you should want to work out. Now, I know people in the video, in the comments in that video, are going to say, it's about your personality. Yeah, that's common sense, but that's the bare minimum. In other words, that's like getting a C in a class. When I would bring C's home, my mom and dad would be like, but that's the bare minimum. You should at least want to get a B. And being a nice person is the bare minimum, but you should also want to be in shape, take care of yourself, look presentable. Think about a job interview. When you go to the job interview, what do a lot of people say? You want to dress to impress, because we all know your image tells a lot about you. And like she said in the video, it talks about your self-esteem. It shows you how you care about yourself. Because I've had people in the workplace say, Adrian, for you to be your age and for you to work out, I could tell you're disciplined and you care about your image, you care about your body. And that gives off certain qualities that people will like you for, and also find resentment because of jealousy. Because on this Forbes article that I'm gonna pull up, and I'm gonna read it for y'all, I'll make sure so y'all can read it as well. In 2 experimental studies, researchers found that attractive individuals have a greater sense of power than less attractive cohorts, and thus exhibit a more effective nonverbal presence, which led managers to give them higher ratings for hiring possibilities. So that goes again with appearance and your image. And I've seen it in the workplace too, because it's been a while since I had a job interview, but the job interview I went for, I was dressed up, and the person, the manager that hired me, down the grapevine, I found out one of the big things that stood out to her was how dressed I was. If I'm not mistaken, I wore a dress shirt, a cardigan, and some nice slacking shoes, and it was dressed up for the job, but still just to make an appearance. And that goes to show you that your appearance matters. And a lot of people, which I think is a quote, they just like to break it down to being superficial, but it deals with more than that. And from this positive prescription article, and remember, I'm going to put all the article links in the description if you're interested in reading them. Appearance matters. Posture, hairstyle, clothing, and attitude reveal a lot about us. This nonverbal communication is powerful, and it tells a story about who we are, how we relate to others, and how we feel about ourselves. And if we go back to the the video from the very beginning, she said taking care of your body and your image and how you look, tell people how you care about yourself. For example, if I'm unkept, fingernails dirty, always come in with dingy clothes, not showering, people are gonna think of me a certain way. But if I come in kept, haircut, my nails are clean, clip my nails, I smell clean, people are gonna treat you a certain way. And let's be honest, it does deal with sexual appeal, because I have had grown women that are married. Now, a lot of times they're on the longer end of marriages, so they've been married for a long time. I've had a married woman tell me this verbatim: if my husband looked like you, he wouldn't have to beg for sex. Think about that. Number one, how that is very disrespectful to her husband, but she's being honest. And then number two, that type of femininity and submissiveness that men want, a lot of it comes from masculinity. One of the things that women do find men that are fit, are in shape, they consider that a very masculine trait. And keep in mind, and this is no disrespect to the bodybuilder community, I'm not talking about you have to be a huge bodybuilder, because if you look at me, I'm not no huge bodybuilder. I'm just talking about you're in shape and you're a decent body fat percentage. That's all I'm talking about. But at the end of the day, I hope this motivates all men and women to go work out, to take yourself seriously, take your image seriously, because at the end of the day, there's someone's always watching, and you can only make a first impression one time. And hopefully that gets y'all to get up, stop being lazy, get in the gym, take your diet seriously, and take your image seriously, especially how you carry yourself. Men and women, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and more importantly, get in the gym.